Hello and welcome to a very special SiteSwan webinar where we will lay out the 7 key steps to launching a successful web design business. I'm Justin, one of the co-founders here at SiteSwan, and it gives me sincere pleasure to help and watch other entrepreneurs grow and find success in selling websites to small businesses using our platform. Our team finds ourselves oftentimes offering lots of advice to new SiteSwan resellers, and it's something I know a lot of people could actually benefit from before they sign up with us. So we've taken the time to lay out these steps as clearly as possible for you, so you not only know what's involved in selling websites, but what the fastest path to success is, based on our 10 years of experiencing and helping thousands of entrepreneurs just like you. The good news is that some of these steps can be applied to web design in general, if that's an industry you're already in, but we're confident that you'll have the most success if you pair this knowledge with the tools that we provide you with. So I'm going to quickly just ask you a couple of people, well, whoever wants to chime in, let me know that you can see my screen okay. You can see and hear me okay at this point. And then we are going to cruise along. You will notice a Q&A tab should be on the top of your Zoom meeting, and you will be able to communicate that way. Thanks, Michael. Appreciate that, Robert. All right, we're in business. So before we dive into any of the actual material today, I want to make sure that we're all on the same page about what SiteSwan is. SiteSwan is a complete web design business in a box. And what that means is we give you everything you need to start, run, and grow your own web design business. And here's what it's composed of. Our own proprietary, easy-to-use website builder, specifically designed for small businesses, with over 100 industry-specific themes for all different types of businesses. Everything's pre-designed, ready to go. You get access to over 1 million royalty-free images to use on your clients' websites. You get your own agency website, which is beautiful, gives you a professional online presence from day one. You get sales and marketing material that you can download and customize or get professionally printed. This all helps make it look like you've been doing this for a really long time. We have our built-in local prospecting tool, which finds local businesses near you and tells you which have a website, which don't, and lets you generate leads very quickly. We also offer training and support to make sure you're taking the right path to success. And this is all 100% white label. So no one will know that we're in the background making you look like $1 million. We built the system with you in mind. Our reseller program is perfect for anyone interested in starting their own business or existing companies looking to expand their services by offering affordable web design to their clients. Specifically, struggling freelancers that are ready to finally get serious and start taking on clients so they can grow their business, as well as successful web design firms looking for a faster, easier, and more affordable way to build websites for their clients. Media companies seeking additional revenue opportunities from their existing client base while generating a new stream of customers to sell their other services to. And of course, individual entrepreneurs, anyone looking to start their own business, set their own hours, and generate a substantial income in a thriving industry. No previous web design experience required. So now let's talk about why you're here. First, you're aware of some of the benefits that SiteSwan offers. You're also here because you're entrepreneurial in nature. You recognize opportunities and seize those that make the most sense to you. It's also likely that you understand that web design is a very lucrative and essential business. If you price your services correctly and deliver good results, the profit margin is substantial. And as many people realized during the pandemic, website design is essential in every sense of the word. You're also here because you're attracted to recurring or residual income from each sale that you make. The wisest business owners make a sale once and continue to collect from that sale month after month, year after year. And finally, you're also here because you know that getting a business playbook and advice is key to success and profitability. The more insight that you can get from people who've done this before, the more you can prepare yourself for a business endeavor ahead of time, the more efficient you can run the business when you finally do start it. One of the biggest questions entrepreneurs struggle with when starting a new business is what to do first. Kicking off a new business, especially one in an industry you've never worked in before, can leave you curious about which steps you need to take to get the business off the ground. Starting a web design business is fun and rewarding, but like anything, it takes time, hard work, and dedication to find success. As a future business owner in this space, you should have the beginning stages of ownership planned out. I want you to use these steps as a guideline to show you the simple path to a successful launch. The first step is to get started right away. What does that mean? If you're serious about starting your own web design business, there's no better time than now to take the leap. Small businesses everywhere are looking for a fast, easy, and affordable way to get their business online, and you can help. Waiting or putting this off can mean missed opportunities. You don't want to miss the boat on web design. Take a look at some of these stats. Let's start with a very simple premise for a minute, that every small business needs a website. I think we're all in agreement on that. These days, if a business doesn't have a website, it's almost as bad as not having a phone number. But shockingly, only 50% of the businesses in the US have a site. So of the 28 million small businesses in the US, half of them, or 14 million, don't have one and they need one. They want one. But here's the thing. They don't want to do it themselves. Now, you've probably seen the commercials on TV, heard the commercials on the radio for, DIY, do-it-yourself website builders that speak directly to the small business owner. Well, guess what? They don't want that. Those systems are not easy to use. And business owners, especially those running real businesses, don't have the time, patience, knowledge, or interest in building their own website. They don't care how cheap it is or how cheap they believe it to be, because all of those advertised prices triple or quadruple after the first 7-day promotional period. They would much rather hire someone with experience to do it for them. So why don't they? Because traditional web design is way too expensive. A typical web design firm will charge a pizzeria, for example, $3,000 or more to launch a website, and hundreds of dollars a month to make simple updates. It's ridiculous. You don't need to be charging these kinds of prices if you can efficiently build the sites and manage them. There's a huge profit margin here, and that's where SiteSwan comes in. Our resellers use the SiteSwan platform to build agency quality websites at do-it-yourself prices. It's the perfect balance. A business owner gets a great looking site that they didn't need to build themselves at a price they can easily afford and say yes to very quickly. Plus, this is an industry that's practically recession-proof. No matter what ebbs and flows occur in the local economy, no one puts their website on hold. You know what I mean? And think about that for a minute. Imagine if you started this a year ago and had clients paying you every month, providing a steady source of recurring income. Things would be very, very different. Now at SiteSwan, you can launch your own web design business practically overnight without any coding or programming or technical experience required. There's no need to hire a developer or manage one or learn any complicated software. The SiteSwan platform is designed for anyone with, I'm going to say, basic computer knowledge. And it includes everything you need to build and sell professional, fully responsive, search-optimized websites for local businesses in your area. If you're going to get into web design, you should be able to start it as a one-person operation, and you need to be able to pick it up quickly. I mean, what's the point of running a virtual work-from-home business if you can't start working right away? get ready to roll from day one. Now, the next step to launching a successful web design business with SiteSwan is to attend a sales training session. So shortly after you join, you'll receive a personal invitation to attend a live sales training session. Every week, we host a live webinar that caters to new SiteSwan resellers. This training session covers some of the most important aspects of our reseller program, including how to use the software, designing websites, generating leads, and our proven sales process for effectively selling websites. You will also have the opportunity to ask any questions you like during a live Q&A with our moderators and product specialists. But I know what's going to happen. You're going to sign up, get immediate access to the platform, and find it so simple to use from a technical standpoint that you won't think you need any of the training. But during the training session, we discuss sales and marketing ideas and offer tips for anyone just starting out, which will make things that much easier for you because you'll be operating at maximum efficiency. Also, these sessions are generally very small gatherings. We limit access to them. So you have direct access to the training with essentially one-on-one feedback, and you can attend as many as you'd like. Step number 3 to launching a successful web design business with SiteSwan is to set up your marketing website. So one of the many benefits of becoming a SiteSwan reseller is that we provide you with a professionally designed marketing website that you can use for your own web design agency. This website will help you promote your web design business, build trust and credibility, showcase your brand and best work, highlight your capabilities, and generate leads. Your marketing website is also fully customizable. We build this site for you and drop it into your account within an hour or two after you sign up. It's built on SiteSwan, so it's a great way to start using the site builder right away. You can customize your marketing website in minutes. Upload your logo, change colors, connect a domain name, and display your pricing. By the way, we also offer logo design services if you need that. And if you have any questions about how you should do your pricing, we'll talk about that in just a little while here. Let's move on to step 4, which is to get familiar with the platform. Now, it's best to get acquainted with the SiteSwan platform as much as possible by creating demo sites, exploring the site builder, some of which you may have done by editing your marketing site, watching our how-to videos if you need to at all, reading our articles and guides. We talk about sales techniques, marketing ideas, overcoming common objections, which industries to focus on, things like that, and utilizing our support center. Our support center not only includes detailed instructions on how to do almost anything within the platform, but we also have a dedicated support team that is ready to help you and answer any questions that you have. Now, I'd actually like to take a moment to show you some of the platform firsthand so you can see what I mean about familiarizing yourself. So I'm going to do a quick screen transition here. Now, to start things off, I would like some of you to, or anyone, all of you, whoever, to put in a city and state, whether it's where you live or where the area you'll be focusing on, because I want to show you what I consider to be one of the first steps in the site creation process, which is figuring out where your opportunities are, okay? And that's where we're going to be looking at the prospecting tool. So while you guys are putting in all your city states right now, I want to draw your attention to this, which is your main sites screen. This is where all of your sites are located. You can easily dive into any of these sites by clicking the edit option, preview them, access details, duplicate the site, delete it, and also set up billing for them, which we'll discuss a little bit later. As I stated, one of the first steps that you might be focusing on is finding out which businesses in your area present the best opportunities. So I'm going to choose one of the many. Wow, you guys are really spread out today, all over the place. let's see, I don't think I've ever searched Ferguson, North Carolina before. So Michael, you're the winner today. Ferguson, North Carolina. I'm going to select it from the drop-down. So I'm doing right now is a location-based search in our local prospecting tool. And then for a keyword or industry term, I can choose to type something in to locate a specific type of business I want to appeal to, or leave it blank and conduct a search. Either way, my results will look like this, where I have a nice long list of all the businesses, the name, the phone number, the address, the website, if they have one. And by the way, what you're seeing here where the majority of businesses don't have a website, this is not an anomaly. I did not pre-plan this. This is what happens in a lot of searches that you conduct. It's a very common theme. It's shocking how many businesses exist without websites. We have a tool that allows you to check the mobile site to see what that looks like for a mobile device. And then, of course, the ability to create a site right from the screen. So sometimes I like to just do, as I said, a general search like this that will help me figure out where all of my opportunities are. Other times I'll narrow it down. We just recently released a new theme for garage door repair and installations. I'm going to take a swing here and see what we have for garage door repair. So we have 4 businesses that come up. I don't know a lot about Ferguson. My guess is that it's not the largest city in North Carolina. That there's only 4 results that come up for garage door repair, but that's okay. Because what you're going to find a lot of times is that when you're discovering what your potential clients have to offer in terms of a website, lots of times you'll click on these and you won't really be impressed with what you see, or the site won't load, or lots of different things will happen. You'll sometimes realize that perhaps the business is overpaying for a site because they're using a very expensive vendor, or it just looks outdated. Lots of different reasons why people who have websites currently need a new one. So for the sake of our demonstration, we're just going to choose one of these businesses and then click Create Site. Now this takes us over to the Create New Site screen, where you're going to notice we've located some details about this business, Adam Door Company, and we're going to be bringing this into the site. Then we have to choose a theme. Now we have tons of industry-specific homepage design concepts for all different types of businesses. That's going to save you a ton of time and energy putting together sites or set examples for your clients. So I'm going to choose this one here. Like I said, it's a recent theme that we did. I really like the way it came out. I'm going to click Create Site. And now our system is generating a homepage design for this business with all the most important information about the business pre-loaded into the site and ready to show to the customer. So we call this the show and sell technique. If you can show a business owner what it is that they can get in a website that you build for them before they ever have to give you $1, that is a very effective sales technique. When people can kind of touch and feel and sink their teeth into something before they buy it, it makes it a much easier decision-making process for them. And I'm sure you could understand that, like when you test drive a vehicle before you buy it, if you can experience something before you put your money down, that's super helpful in the buying process. So check this out. I'm going to click Preview. Now remember, all the sites you build are fully responsive. They work and look beautiful on all types of devices, operating systems, tablets, and smartphones. And this is a live link that we can send to the client immediately. And this is what you can show them. And it looks like you've spent a lot of time working on this for your client. But in reality, you just clicked a few buttons. And that is one of the more powerful aspects of our site builder, because now all you have to do is maybe update some of this content, tweak a couple of things if they have some good photography, swap some stuff out, change colors if need be, and you're off to the races. So this makes a really great first impression on a customer and is a great way to win the sale right away. Now, of course, editing these sites is super easy. And by the way, these themes are not just one page. We have, in this case, 5 pages of content, all fleshed out, all ready to go, which is going to save you a lot of time and energy, not only in selling the sites, but also producing the sites, building them out, launching them. when you don't have to do a lot of heavy lifting when it comes to content creation. It's going to save you a ton of time. So when it's time to edit the site, as an administrator, you have the capabilities to do changes to layout, design, the pages on the site, access settings and stats. You can also use what we call the content creation toolbox to quickly add additional information to any page of the site, or edit any existing information by rolling over your mouse, clicking edit, modifying text, images, sizing, overlay colors, button colors, all this fun stuff right from here. Very self-explanatory, very easy for anyone to pick up on. Back in your dashboard, as I stated before, your site screen is where all of your sites are located. You can grant additional access to other users on your account for people who you want to get set up with additional users. I'm going to talk about some of these resources in a little while, which is going to be your marketing stuff and things like that, marketing flyers, sales sheets, etc. These are super powerful and something that you're going to get to use right away when you sign up. I'm also going to tease another thing I spoke about, which is client billing. Allows you to charge your clients for the sites that you've sold them right from your dashboard. So you can actually choose any amount that you want to charge your customer, type in their credit card number, and then process the transaction, or send them a link to submit their credit card information in. Very, very helpful and handy for sealing the deal with a customer. So that's the gist of the platform. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on it because, quite honestly, it is that simple, very straightforward and easy to understand. And I will take all questions at the end about anything I just showed you. So let's dive back into this. We left off at step 4, which was getting familiar with the platform. Let's go back to our steps now. We're up to step 5, which is launching, finding your first clients. So landing your first clients is probably one of the most exciting parts of starting your own web design business. Unfortunately, sales are often a difficult or dreaded task for some people who aren't from a sales background. Not knowing which businesses to target, what to say, how to approach them can make the entire process perhaps overwhelming or a little discouraging. But thankfully, SiteSwan provides you with the tools, training, resources, and confidence you need to help close your first sales and grow your business. Specifically, our local prospecting tool, which I just showed you, is a great way to generate leads and helps you identify which businesses in your area need a website. Our professionally designed themes, which I just showed you, make it easy to create a ready-to-sell website in minutes. And SiteSwan's proven 5-step sales process has been used to successfully sell thousands of websites. And we also host live sales training webinars and offer professionally designed marketing material, including some of the things I just pointed out to you: sales scripts, flyers, infographics, and brochures to help you look professional, overcome common objections, and send the right message with the right pitch to your clients. This all goes to show you that we are here to help you not just build the sites, but sell them. I'm actually going to share an inside secret with you right now that will help you land your first 10 clients right out of the gate. And this is just using Facebook. So check this out. After you sign up with us, post this to your Facebook account, and I'll read it to you. It's a text post. It says, "Our area needs some love right now. And to help, I'm going to give away 10 free website builds this month. No gimmicks, no catch. The hosting cost afterwards is minimal. Comment below if you want the details." One of our resellers just posted this last month in September, and all 10 sites were spoken for in a matter of a week or so. So that one post was worth $500 a month because he's charging $50 a month. That one post is worth $500 a month to him in recurring residual revenue. It's pretty good for a Facebook post. Now let's move on to step 6. Getting paid. This is my favorite one. So congratulations, you've sold your first website. But now what? How do you actually get paid from your client? You know, sending out monthly invoices, waiting for payment, dealing with bounce checks. can become an accounting nightmare and waste hours of time every month for you. So when you come on board with us, make sure you set up the integrated client billing feature I just showed you, which makes it easy to charge your website clients, accept online payments, and manage customer billing directly from your SiteSwan dashboard. Now you have two options with this. As I showed you, you can either ask for the credit card number over the phone, enter it in manually to your dashboard, or you can send your client a secure link via text or email to enter their card information themselves safely and securely. Look, everyone likes a cash business, but we prefer getting paid on time and being able to easily track it much more than the benefits of cash. And with SiteSwan, you're in total control over how much you charge your customers. But let's go over our suggested retail price for a minute. So as you know, you're best off charging your clients a setup fee to get the site launched, and then a recurring monthly fee as the service fee. So we recommend charging no less than $499 for the setup fee and $49 per month. And again, when you're using our client billing feature, those funds would get deposited into your account automatically every month, so you can focus on building the business instead of managing finances. Now, step 7 of launching a successful web design business with SiteSwan is to scale your business. I'll be honest, this step is totally optional. And what I mean by that is that, some people are perfectly content with an extra $500 or $1,000 per month coming in with a side hustle, but others have much bigger plans and ambitions, like to make this a full-time gig, or just to make this a much more sizable side hustle. And SiteSwan can accommodate them. What I mean by that is that the SiteSwan platform was designed to help you scale your web design business so you can effectively build, manage, and sell dozens, hundreds, and even thousands of websites. You'll be able to quickly pump out new websites in record time and manage them all from one central dashboard. There's no limit to how many sites you can sell, and you keep 100% of the revenue. When you're ready to expand your agency, hire salespeople, designers, you can easily add account users and control what they can and cannot do. You can even expand your offerings by providing additional marketing services to your clients. So one thing we didn't really touch on a heck of a lot today is that with built-in tools like search engine submission and reputation management, you can add additional revenue streams and maximize your earning potential. We recently did a big webinar announcement about our reputation management feature, and it's proven to be a very simple service to sell with huge value to the small business owner and excellent margins. Talk about scalability, a hands-off service that you charge monthly for. Now we're talking. So there you have it. The 7 steps, all for which SiteSwan has you covered. Look, whether you're looking for something part-time, full-time, whatever, starting a web design business can be extremely satisfying and financially rewarding. But websites is not only fun, but running your home-based business, web design business, offers you the freedom and flexibility to be your own boss, set your own hours, and work on your own terms. However, like anything else, building a successful web design business takes time, hard work, and dedication. Staying committed is the key to long-term success, and using the steps we discussed as a guideline to getting started will help you get a jump start on that success. So I'm going to put the steps we went through back on the screen while I get prepared to answer some of the questions that are coming in. So I want to remind everyone who has not yet posted a question, there's a Q&A tab on the top of your Zoom controls. Looks like a little speech bubble. And if you click that and type it in, you'll be able to see, post your message. Now, I want you all to have the confidence in knowing that when you submit a question, no one else will see it unless I answer it. And even then, I don't think they can see it. So don't be shy, okay? if you think, oh, I should know the answer to this question, who cares? Just post it, okay? I see a couple of people raising their hands. I don't know how to help you when you raise your hands. I know it's a feature. I don't know what I can do about it other than advise you that the Q&A tab is the place to go to post your questions. So again, no one will see this except for myself. Whatever questions you have, do not be shy about it. All right, let's start from the top. I'm going to go back as far as I can scroll up here. Actually, a lot of those were just hellos and how you doing. The questions didn't come in until a little while ago. Okay, so Bo is asking, what costs are associated with monthly hosting of a website? What costs are associated with monthly hosting of a website? So if you're talking about the cost associated with signing up with us with SiteSwan, the plans vary depending on where you want to start off. So I'll see if I can pull up that screen for you. And by the way, your sales representative, whoever you've been working with, would be happy to go over this in more detail too. But you have 3 plans to choose from. The first one is $149 a month for the ability to build, sell, manage, and host up to 10 sites. Includes 1 account user, which would be just yourself. The agency plan is the next step up at $199 per month. That gives you the ability to build, sell, manage, and host double the sites, 20 sites, 10 account users instead of 1. And you also get the local prospecting tool, access to HTML, client billing, and reputation management. A lot of people start at the agency plan for that reason. The Pro plan gives you a lot more sites, 100 sites. It's $300 a month. Most people don't start at this level unless they have a lot of sites they're looking to move over to the SiteSwan platform. So again, most people go with the agency plan. So when you break this down and figure it out, you look at the starter plan or the agency plan, if you're charging $50 a month minimum, you're covering your costs with your 3rd client here, your 4th client here, when you still have plenty more sites to sell. So hopefully that answered your question. Let's see, someone is asking, can you send a copy of the presentation to go over it later? If all went well, this successfully got recorded. And if it did, yes, we will be happy to send it out. The next question that came up. Okay, for our SiteSwan marketing website, can we integrate add-ons like chatbots, etc.? Chatbots typically come in the form of a piece of code that you copy and paste into your site. I know there's a lot of different chatbots out there right now. 100%, yes, very simple thing to do. Andrew's asking, what are the industry averages for setup and maintenance fees? So when you look at industry average, I'm going to refer you to, I guess, what a typical web design firm or agency might charge. I haven't seen any agencies charge less than like $2,500 for a typical small business website. And rarely do I see prices anywhere near what we're suggesting of $49 a month. Usually much more expensive. If you're asking, however, about what SiteSwan resellers charge, we don't know exactly, but we know that folks have been slowly coming up from that minimum of $499. We've seen a lot of people going close to $1,000 for a setup fee, and between $49 and $99 a month for the monthly fee. But again, you're in total control. One thing you might want to do is start low and kind of creep your way up over time. But the nice thing is that when you have a business where you're not doing a lot of hand-holding and a lot of daily conversations with your customers, you don't need to charge a lot, knowing that the platform you're on is taking responsibility for making sure the site is always going to look and work the way it's supposed to work. Bradley's asking, how do you use SiteSwan as an add-on to selling newspaper ads? It's a great question. So there's a lot of different ways to structure selling websites in addition to newspaper ads. You may decide to bundle it, but you also may find it's easier to manage them separately. I've seen some people actually offer, yearly contract folks a free website so that on the actual ads you run, you can actually point people somewhere, right, to a website that looks really good. Certainly the value associated with, hosting a site on your account without charging them is there if you have a newspaper advertiser who's committed to you for the next 12 months. Alternatively, you can do some of the reversal. All of our website clients get a 10% or 20% discount on our rates for print. It's a great incentive for people to try print advertising, because a lot of people, either think that print doesn't work, or they're not sure if the audience is right for them. But we all know that print advertising is very addicting. And when you start to see your brand and your name in print every week or every month, it's it's something that it's hard to stop doing, right? Robert's asking, all payments are done through your website. Am I a 1099 consultant? No. We'll never be issuing you funds directly. Our client billing system integrates with a third-party payment processor. You've probably heard of them, called Stripe. And what happens is that's just an integration into the dashboard. So we don't actually issue you any funds. The funds are coming straight from your client through a payment processor to you. The payment processor might issue you some sort of report on how much they've processed on your behalf, but no 1099s will come from us. Christina's asking if we could talk more about white labeling. So white labeling means that your entire dashboard and everything is, there's no mention of, let me backtrack. White labeling means that all the sites that you build for your clients, everything you're hosting, whatever, is branded for you. So in the bottom of all your sites, you're going to see built by, Christina's design agency. No mention of SiteSwan anywhere, not even in the code. So it's not like someone can say, oh, forget you, Christina, I'm just going to go right to the source. First of all, our pricing doesn't, encourage that, because the minimum to get in is $149. You're probably charging less than that, so it doesn't make sense there. We're obviously catering our messaging directly to agencies. We don't work directly with small business owners. So again, no one will know that we're behind the scenes. Even the marketing material and stuff we give you, it's not branded at all. No mention of SiteSwan anywhere. It's what allows you to come out of the gates looking and feeling like you've been doing this for a really long time. Aaron's asking, do I need to have an existing agency to do this? No. You may, technically, the first client you take on board, you're now an agency, because you're representing a small business and helping them get online. But, there's certainly no prerequisite by any means of having, some sort of business entity or, direct experience selling websites prior to getting started with SiteSwan. And if you're concerned, you also followed up that with if clients get emails from me, if my email address is coming from a personal account. Yeah, look, lots of business owners will use a Gmail account. Going back to my previous example, Christina's design agency at gmail.com is perfectly acceptable amongst most small business owners if they were to receive an email from something like that. Could you get more fancy with an email address that's at your domain name and stuff like that? Yeah, you could. It just costs a little bit of money. That's all. Michael's asking, how many clients do most SiteSwan users service on average? We don't have that data, but I will tell you that the interesting thing that we find is that everyone has a different definition of success. Some people consider success, being able to pay for a car payment or a car lease with what they're making on SiteSwan. Other people consider success being that they have, this is their full-time job. So even if we were to have that data, it wouldn't be a good representation of, I would imagine, of something you could really sink your teeth into, because it all depends on your goals. Don't let what other people are doing impact what you think you're capable of. I believe that anyone who puts time and energy into this can absolutely make it a full-time thing for themselves. It's just a matter of, is that something you want to do? Aaron says, going back to, this is about the the question with, do I have to have a design agency prior to this? If I send my client an invoice, what will it say on the invoice? So, when you're setting up your marketing website, Aaron, just in my same example I did with Christina, maybe this is Aaron's design agency, or I don't know, pick a zip code or your area code, whatever, 631marketing.com, I don't know. And then make that your brand name. Come up with a brand name. It's really not a big deal. And then, on your invoices, it would say that brand. But there's also nothing wrong with just saying your name. And that's perfectly acceptable too. Look, that's not really that much of a big thing, right? If people can see that you do good work, and again, you're showing them a design before you're ever asking them for $1, and they see that you're a person of your word, and they see that your prices are fair, they're probably not going to be overly concerned using your first and your last name to run a business as opposed to an actual brand name. But some people actually find it really fun to play around with brand names because, this makes it a lot more engaging of an experience. Mark is asking, does your system find the email addresses to contact the potential clients? So email addresses are one of those really coveted sacred things amongst business owners. They don't like to put it out there for anyone to see. So we don't fetch the email addresses for you, but it's relatively easy to get it. Some people just calling the business and saying, hey, if I don't want to communicate with you via email, what's the best email address? And they'll give it to you. Lots of people list it on their Facebook page. Lots of people list it on an existing website they have or on the Chamber of Commerce website. Lots of different ways to get the email address if you felt like you needed to start the conversation that way. But oftentimes phone or even a Facebook message, a lot of different ways to reach out to the business owner if you were unable to find the email address for the business owner. Karen is asking 2 questions here. First is, what happens if a client wants to terminate the service? I assume you mean you. If you want to terminate the service, you can cancel at any time. Your sites would come offline. But if you did have live sites, people who are paying you, well, number one, I'm not sure why you would want to cancel if you had people paying you, but let's just say that was the case. We could easily find another reseller to take those sites from you and assume the monthly fees, I'm sure. So that's how that would work. You're also retirement. Yeah, I like that. That's the big exit plan, right? What happens when you build up a nice book of business and you say, I want to retire. You can absolutely sell your SiteSwan, account, all of your business, your book of business to anyone. The requirement, I guess, would be that the buyer would just have to, keep your SiteSwan account active and continue to pay for it. Robert's asking, this is unique. All right, I'm going to make sure I don't use any identifying information on this question because it could be HIPAA violation, but this individual is saying they're getting a knee replacement surgery at the end of the month. Should I sign up before or after my first week on medical leave? So I had ACL repair recently. That was actually supposedly worse than knee replacement, which whatever. And I was laid up for a couple of days, but certainly in a very anxious state of mind where all I wanted to do was work. So if that sounds anything like you, where you're going to be really fidgety and just want to get to something, then I think it wouldn't probably hurt you to get started before then, and you could be spending some of that downtime. You could probably be making phone calls. You could be building out sites. You could be sitting through our webinars and stuff like that. So I don't think that would at all hamper your ability to still hit the ground running. John says, so if you went with the agency plan, how easy is it to upgrade to the pro plan? It's 1 click to upgrade to the pro plan. So at any point you can say, I need more sites. Click the button on the billing screen of your dashboard and you get upgraded immediately. Let's see, they just started coming in a big flurry. So I'm going to see if I can get to the ones that I think would be most important to everyone else here while we take the last 3 minutes to get these answered. Cameron is asking, where does the prospecting tool get the info to create a website for a business who did not have a website? Magic. No, so we have integrations with a bunch of different data sources for local business information, and we're pulling in the address, phone number, map of directions, hours of operation, a lot of that key data that we can. For the rest of the site design, all those images and everything about the garage doors in our example, that was pre-designed in our templates, in our themes. So that was not done specifically for that business. That was just using a theme that we have. We put a lot of time and energy into our themes. Again, that was 5 pages of full-blown content, all directly related to the garage door service, repair, and installation business. And we just saved you a heck of a lot of time selling websites to garage door repair companies. Mark is saying, what do you say to a client who has a Facebook page and not a website? It's a great question, Mark. And you know, I think what you're saying is, how do I convince them that perhaps they need a website? That is actually what we consider a common objection to a website. And say, oh, I don't need a website. I got a Facebook page, baby. Well, guess what? There's a ton of reasons why you should not be using a Facebook page for your website. But sometimes it's difficult to, on the spot, convey that succinctly. So that's why we equip you with this resource in your dashboard that helps you explain to a customer the difference between using a Facebook page and a website. Not to say you shouldn't use a Facebook page, you should, but for its intended purpose, social media, not as the hub of all the business's marketing, which is what a website is for. Great question. You're obviously thinking ahead. I like that. Bradley's asking, do any of your sellers work or bundle with Ideal Directories? Yeah, actually. Ideal Directories is a platform that allows you to build a business directory and coupon website for your community or area that you serve. A lot of people will combine the website sales and Ideal Directory listings into one monthly fee to offer a customer. It's really a great, smart move. And I'm going to answer I'm going to see if I can do 2 more. So I'm going to answer one right now, and then anyone who has a final thought or question, please enter it right now, because I'm going to pick one more after this one. Okay, here's one. Okay, Christina, are you able to allow the clients to take over management of their own site once you set it up for them? Yes, that's one of the more powerful features of our platform. You can grant access to any of your sites to your client by simply going to the site details page and clicking over here, Manage Owner Access, Add Site Owner. Very easy, and you can control what they have access to. So if you want to do limited access in any way, shape, or form to that particular site, you are absolutely able to do that. And then I'm going to take one more question as I promised. Thanks for the knee surgery answer. You got it. Anyone else have a knee surgery? Now you know. I'm looking to do part-time, transition to full-time. That's great. Okay, let's do this one. Someone's asking about restaurant sites. Can I combine that with like Uber Eats or anything like that? 100%. Yeah, especially now, right? A lot of businesses, a lot of restaurants want to do online ordering, and they're turning to companies like Uber Eats or DoorDash or any of those types of companies. And yes, all those types of companies will offer you a little link where you can order online. And it's so easy. You just go to the site, add a button or a link or whatever text, link it up to the URL they give you, and then you can order online. It's that simple. It's really a great way to help businesses, stay competitive during this unusual time in a lot of different markets. All right. I know others came in. I'm really sorry. I'm not going to get to all of them, but I do want to be respectful of everyone else's time today and get this wrapped up. I want to really say that I deeply appreciate all of you for your attention and attendance in today's webinar. We look forward to having the opportunity to work with each and every one of you. And if you still want to talk prior to making a decision, you can absolutely reach out to your account representative, which should be in your email, or reply to the invitation to today's webinar. I want you all to have a great rest of the day, rest of the week. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and take care